boost. Unlike gas generators, a solar generator runs quietly, emits no fumes, and produces electricity for free. It's like having an electric power plant running quietly in your own home. Run sump pumps, shortwave radios, computers, and even keep food from spoiling. Whether it's hurricanes, ice storms, brownouts, or blackouts, you'll never have to suffer through painful power outages again. When the power goes out, you'll be ready with a solar-powered generator from Solutions from Science. Go to mysolarbackup.com and get off the grid today. That's mysolarbackup.com today. Or call 877-327-0365. 877-327-0365. Don't wait. Call today.
Terror Storm, a history of government-sponsored terror. Loose Change Final Cut. Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement. The True Story of the Bilderberg Group. The Late Great USA. America, Freedom to Fascism. These are just a few of the hundreds of powerful documentary films and books available at truthnews.us and prisonplanet.com. When you visit prisonplanet.com, you can connect to our amazing online store. Whether you're looking for survival and wellness products like Berkey water filters, or you would like a book on the history of the Federal Reserve, we've got the most well-researched and documented titles, all available at prisonplanet.com. Or if you'd like, you can give the InfoWars store a call at 888-253-3139. Or you can view more than 1,000 titles in super high quality right now at prisonplanet.tv. Knowledge is power, and the information you need to effectively wake up your fellow man and fight the New World Order is available right now at truthnews.us and prisonplanet.tv. Join the InfoWar today.
Hi, this is Steve Shank. eFoods does it again. The 3-Day Responder provides one adult with 3 days worth of healthy, delicious, easy fix food. The price of the 3-Day Responder is almost ridiculous at $21.95 for actually 12 meals plus snacks. When you taste the food in the 3-Day Responder, you'll understand why families trust eFoods Direct to provide healthy, delicious food for every need. Whether you're hunting, playing, or responding to an emergency, the food in the 3-Day Responder is easy to fix and ready to go. Food is an everyday need. The 3-Day Responder is for the time when food should be the last thing you have to worry about. The 3-Day Responder, $21.95. Sometimes the best things do come in the smallest packages. Call 800-409-5633. On the web, efoodsdirect.com. That's 800-409-5633. On the web, efoodsdirect.com.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Okay, I'm going to go through a bunch of your phone calls, and coming up, I'm going to play these new PSAs that are running on TV, radio, everywhere with Obama, with all these, pictures of great humanitarians and people giving in soup kitchens, getting you ready for this. Just like when they, give people AIDS and the vaccines, HIV, they then institutionalize it and make it all about red ribbons and everybody's part of it. Or when all these kids are dying of cancer now from the shots and other things, they institutionalize that and make it all a fun thing. And you're part of a group now. I mean, it's so cold-blooded and sick, what they're doing. And Hooge is a director for local TV. Well, it's no secret. You work at a local TV news channel. Hooge, this is the American dream. Remember that woman? I'm going to have in here later. Paul Hartman, nicknamed Hooge. This is the American dream. Is it okay if I talk about you? Remember that lady saying to George Bush, I work 3 jobs, and he said, oh, that's the American dream. Well, the American dream is being able to save enough money to live decent, to be able to innovate, to not have bureaucrats on your back, to be able to work one good job and have an upwardly mobile working class that can become middle class and grow the middle class and shrink the underclass. Hooge gets up at 2:30 every morning. 2:30 every morning. He gets into work at 3:30. 3:30 at CBS here locally. And he's paid less than he's paid here. And he isn't paid a lot here, folks. And then he works till 11. And then he doesn't have time to eat. He has to take a sack lunch. He eats while he drives over here. And then he works here till 5. Then he goes home to his wife and children. And how old are you? 27? And he's a smart, great guy. Been working in radio and TV for a decade at minimum wage, basically. I mean, he runs the CBS, show in the morning. Now, that's an example of what we're talking about and where all of this is going. And Barack Obama says, get ready for the pain. And while he's there this morning, I said, hey, I want to run those new propaganda PSAs that the government and the people pay for, because a lot of channels get partial money to air these, and then they get aired for free because the FCC says you have to air a certain amount of these. And what are they? Anti-gun commercials, tattle on your neighbor commercials, anti-marijuana commercials to bolster the police state so we can pay for people in prison, nonviolent, while the government ships in the narcotics. And he said, yeah, I saw those PSAs this morning. They're airing everywhere. And it's a PSA. One of them is a PSA to go join Barack Obama's private group. And he's going to have the forced government groups we've got to go serve in. But then the private group, and they're running TV and radio ads and print ads everywhere. It's all over television. You're seeing them. You're watching television. I mean, is this Nazi Germany? Is this the Twilight Zone? Do you understand what it means to have a private army, a private group? And again, to make it sound good, it's soup kitchens. Then you read, it's tattletale squads and everything else. They're getting everybody recruited. Oh, we're going to help the old people. We're going to have some soup kitchens. Come on in here. Come on in here. Come on in here. It's a government group. Come join it. And it's a private group. I mean, this is a nightmare. It's like, well, you're against feeding the homeless? It has nothing to do with that. It's youth brigades. It's tattletale squads. Read the fine print. And all these suckers going, well, he's good. He's inviting me, and I'm part of the government now. And they're going to give people uniforms? What's next? Armbands? They got 47,000 troops and police on the streets searching people? All right, let's go to your calls. I'm going to go quickly to each caller. Scott in Pennsylvania, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Alex. I just wanted to have some positive points here. The Young Americans for Liberty are all over the nation distributing stuff against Obama. They have posters and other things. The
true grassroots, not the false counterfeit.
Right. And in a few months, there's going to be a Continental Congress, which is sponsored by Bob Schultz and We the People Foundation in Philadelphia. And they're having meetings all over the country now to get us back to the Constitution.
And the system knows all these true grassroots groups are exploding, so they're forming their counterfeit citizen groups to go after us.
Right. And then there's a gold money bill in Indiana that's in the state, and there are a few other states that are trying to get it passed as well.
Absolutely. The elite know as they squeeze us, that will form resistance. That's what Northcom and the troops are for. They've admitted themselves. And so that's why us exploding our numbers to their unstoppable level is so key, and I see it happening. I mean, I can't, this week, famous rock star called, and may come on the show, but is scared to, but wants to know what they can do. One of the founders of hip-hop called and wants to come in the studio this week, but his manager on his Texas tour, he's not sure if he can, but he's going to be on the phone. I talked to, I can't say who I talked to, with one of the, let's just say it's been the top TV show on television. The entire cast are huge fans. They listen to the show. They watch the show. I mean, literally all the top stars. It's like wildfire. Then I talked to another big Hollywood star I know this weekend. They said that my material alone is just all over Hollywood, everywhere. They're freaking out. They're understanding what's happening, a large percentage. And then I talked to, well, I'm not going to get into it. And I'm not going, I know these stars and people. I'm not contacting them. They're contacting me. You understand that? Do you understand that Willie Nelson just called my office? Do you understand? Months ago. I mean, this is happening because they're out there waking up. They're out there seeing what's going on. Now, meanwhile, they're trying to counter with this new fake Hollywood thing for Obama. And these aren't bad people. They're useful idiots. They saw how bad Bush was. They're hoping there can be change. But they're going to know that we told them it was a fraud, and they're going to see the fraud quicker because we're there pointing it out. Go ahead.
There are attempts like Georgia and Mumbai and everything else.
I'm not ignoring you. They're playing a video over here. We're going to play this video later. It's one of these disgusting Obama things. Go ahead.
Yeah, all their false flag attempts have failed. The Greek anarchists and the Gaza into Israel, all of that has failed.